Picture a country that shines like gold from the outside. Endless marble towers, spotless streets, and a skyline so perfect it almost looks unreal. A place where every statue, every monument, and even the sun itself seems to worship one man. But beneath that golden glow lies a truth so dark, so quietly terrifying, that the world barely dares to whisper its name. It's not North Korea, but it might be the closest thing to it. Welcome to Turkmenistan, a nation built on silence, ruled by fear, and hidden behind walls of perfection so high, even truth can't climb them. Imagine walking through a city so clean it looks deserted. Roads stretch endlessly through white marble buildings. Fountains sparkle under the desert sun, and golden monuments glimmer like treasures from another world. Yet not a single person dares to walk freely. This isn't a movie set. This is Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan, officially recognized by Guinness World Records as the whitest marble city on Earth. But behind that pristine beauty lies a chilling reality. One where the internet is almost non-existent, journalists are banned, and even a single word of criticism can cost you your life. A country where silence is not just peace, it's survival. To understand how Turkmenistan became one of the world's most closed-off and brutally controlled nations, we have to go back to 1991, the fall of the Soviet Union. While neighboring countries like Kazakhstan began to open their borders and modernize, Turkmenistan sealed itself off completely. That's when a man named Saparmurat Niyazov came to power and turned himself into something more than a president. He became a legend, a god in human form. He named himself Turkmenbashi, the father of all Turkmen, and his rule quickly transformed into a cult of worship. His golden statue stood in the heart of the capital, and it literally rotated to face the sun, so that his image was always bathed in light. But that was only the beginning. Niyazov began reshaping not just his country, but the minds of his people. He banned opera, ballet, long hair, beards, and even recorded music, calling them un-Turkmen. He rewrote calendars, naming the months after himself and his mother. But his most powerful creation was a book, the Runama, a strange, spiritual text that he claimed was sent by God. Every school, every workplace, every soldier was forced to study it. Students were told to memorize its passages instead of learning science or math. Drivers couldn't even get a license without passing a test on the book. And Niyazov claimed that anyone who read it 3 times would be guaranteed a place in heaven. He even sent the Runama into outer space so that his words could watch over the universe. When Niyazov died in 2006, people thought a new era would begin. But instead, the story only got stranger. His successor, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov, took control and built an even grander illusion. Known as Arkadak, the protector, he continued the godlike rule with modern flair. His face replaced Niyazov's across the city. His voice filled every television, and his golden statue replaced the last one, this time depicting him riding a horse, holding a golden torch. State TV shows him performing surgeries, racing cars, playing the guitar, and writing poetry. He's not just a leader. He's portrayed as the ultimate human being. But behind that perfect image lies one of the most controlled societies on Earth. Turkmenistan ranks among the lowest in the world for press freedom, just above North Korea. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter are all blocked. The government monitors every phone call and every message. VPNs are illegal, and even talking to foreign journalists can get you arrested. Ordinary people live in quiet fear, careful with every word they speak. It's said that in Turkmenistan, even the walls have ears, so people whisper or simply stop talking about anything real at all. And yet, Turkmenistan's economy should be booming. The country has the 4th largest natural gas reserves in the world, sitting on vast wealth. But most of that money never reaches the people. It disappears into the pockets of the ruling elite, while citizens wait in long lines for bread, sugar, and oil. For decades, basic utilities like gas and electricity were free, but now they're rationed. Inflation rises, wages remain low, and yet the government keeps building more white marble palaces and gold monuments to prove to the world that everything is perfect. But nothing captures the spirit of Turkmenistan more eerily than the Darvaza gas crater, a massive burning pit in the desert known as the door to hell. Over 50 years ago, Soviet engineers accidentally ignited a gas field, thinking it would burn for a few days. It's still burning today, a constant, roaring fire in the middle of darkness. Tourists are told it's a natural wonder, but for many, it's the perfect symbol of the country itself. Beautiful from a distance, terrifying up close, and forever trapped in its own flames. Even religion, something so personal and sacred, isn't truly free. The government monitors mosques, controls sermons, and censors any belief that doesn't align with its version of loyalty. The state doesn't just want your obedience, it wants your faith. Then came 2022. Gurbanguly's son, Serdar Berdimuhamedov, became president, and many hoped that maybe, just maybe, the younger generation would open the country up. But nothing changed. The silence continued. The propaganda grew louder. Statues, songs, and slogans kept spreading the same message. The leader is perfect, and the people must follow. Tourists who visit Turkmenistan often describe it as a beautiful ghost town.
Hear about life in this bizarre post-Soviet Central Asian country.
Streets are wide and spotless, but eerily empty. Every building is bright and grand, but lifeless. Citizens walk carefully, avoiding attention. Every car must be white or silver because the leader believes darker colors bring bad luck. Even weddings, fashion, and television shows are controlled by the state. It's a world built to look flawless, but built on fear. So the question is, how can such a strange, wealthy, and brutal country remain invisible to the world? How can a place that shines with gold and burns with fire stay hidden in silence? Maybe that's the power of control. Not just controlling what people say, but controlling what the world believes. Because Turkmenistan isn't just a dictatorship, it's an illusion. A fantasy carved in marble, painted in gold, and wrapped in silence. It's a place where the truth burns quietly, where freedom doesn't vanish suddenly. This is MOCo Views, uncovering the hidden realities of our world. Subscribe now, because what comes next might just change the way you see everything.